even last week, like the play to get them back into the game was him scrambling, and he launches one over the defense's head, and they're back in it, and they have a chance. So he always has that explosive ability to him. And then Josh is a really big player, 6'5", big, tough runner. So when they do have the quarterback design runs, whether it's sneak or the zone read plays, like he's able to fall forward for yards because he's such a physical player. So really tough matchup, really respect what he's done in this league, how he's grown as a quarterback, and how he's led that team and kept them as a successful team every time they step on the field.
He's had some issues with interceptions, but through the first 4 games this year, he hasn't thrown an interception at all. What is the defensive mindset to go in and try to make him make those mistakes as far as turnovers is concerned?
Really great by him. No interceptions. He's playing clean football. He gets rid of the ball fairly quickly, and he's getting the ball to his playmakers on the edge there, and they're doing a good job of managing the game. When it's running, they run the football really well, throw the screen passes to keep him out of any tough situations. So they're doing a good job of managing it. As a defense, as you see it, like teams have had opportunities to make plays and intercept the football, but it just haven't came down with it. So our biggest thing is what we talk about every week, attacking the football, but we have to be able to maximize an opportunity. If he leaves one up there, we got to be able to come down with it.
How dangerous do you see him in the intermediate passing game? You mentioned the screens with Cook and Kincaid, especially. How dangerous are they in that area?
They're very dangerous when it comes to the screens. Like when their playmakers get the ball in their hand, or this Kincaid, Shakir, like when they get the ball in their hands, like they're tough guys to get down. They run with a physical mindset. Shakir, very shifty player, but he's physical. He finishes the right way. So it's going to be a really nice matchup to see, our physicality matched up versus theirs.
What have they been able to accomplish with Joe calling the plays and the operation? It looked like last year they went a lot more run heavy. I think almost doubling their rushing attempts, and then they've done that pretty well to start this season. What have you seen from that?
I've seen Joe do a really great job of just managing the game and working well. They worked well together as a team. The way their defense is structured, the way they play, they eliminate the explosives, they make you earn it. Offense, you can see they do a good job of staying on schedule and staying on the field, right? It's whether it's running the ball, they've been successful there. Offensive line, really big O-line that do a great job of moving the defensive line, so they have a lot of space that they create. And Joe has done a great job just staying on schedule, and the quarterback takes what's there. Like they're not making mistakes, and that's the thing that sticks out about this team. Like they're not beating themselves with mistakes. They're playing clean football. They're playing disciplined football.
You briefly touched on CJ's throw to Dare in the check down, getting 31 yards last time. I'm wondering, does that show growth in his game? Just having the ability to take what's there and then allowing that to gain the yards you did.
The play with CJ and Dare was it was a really nice play by CJ. It does show the growth where he wasn't trying to force a pass that wasn't there. He wasn't trying to force an explosive when the guys were playing too high and it wasn't there. He was able to take the check down, and we see what Dare was able to do, with the ball in his hands. So it does show growth, and CJ continues to grow each and every week. Proud of where he is and the growth that he's shown.
DeMeco, Ryan O'Halloran from the Buffalo News. With Diggs, you talked about him the other day, but on the field, what makes him a good fit for what Bobby's calling and how he complements the other receivers?
Yeah, what makes Diggs a good fit is, first, he's a smart player. He can play multiple positions, so we're able to move him around a lot to try to get him in favorable matchups. And, he's has some of the best hands that I've seen. Like, does a good job of catching the ball. But just his ability to play multiple spots for us really opens the playbook up for Bobby.
If he was a younger player, would this be a bigger deal, facing his old team, as opposed to being a veteran? Now it's week 5.
I think it's always, for that player, it's always in the back of your mind where it's a big deal when you play your former team, because it's a little added weight where you want to beat your team, but it doesn't change our preparation and how we go about our business on a week-to-week basis. It's a matter of guys just going out and we have to play together. We have to play as a team. We have to play clean football versus Buffalo for us to have a chance to win this game.
So when you were in Philly and you faced it wasn't just another game. It wasn't the DeMeco, just another game.
Yeah, I mean, you have to make sure you stay focused and locked in. Like a lot of times, some guys, if you make it bigger than what it is, and you get out of your element of just playing fundamentally sound and being where you're supposed to be, at the end of the day, it's still a game. Like, you really want to beat them, but you can't do more than you're asked to do. You just got to let the game come to you and make the plays that you're supposed to make.
I know that it's week to week, but like I've heard coaches, I think even Kubiak has talked about, like, back when it was a 16-game season, dividing it into quarters. Like, we want to do this the first quarter, the next. Do you do that? I know that it's 17 games, so it's a little bit different. Is there like some sort of, we want to attack this quarter of the season and this quarter? Do you have that mindset?
I think as the season breaks down, you kind of naturally have those breaks. Or we just finished that first quarter. Now, for me, it's like, okay, we're here in the month of October now. It's come upon us very fast. And for me, it's all about how much better can our team get in October, right? We, with the opponents that we face now, it's a matter of, man, we know we play sloppy football in the first month of the season, like not Texans football. So for our team and our message for us is, man, how much better can we get? And it just starts still one day at a time. But as a coach, you can't look at it in those, 4-quarter segments.
What did you has been through a lot? What did it mean to have him back on the field today?
Wow, what an awesome story for Dylan to be back with everything that he's gone through, battling cancer, and to see him back on the field after almost an entire year of missing football. Man, the way he handled it and the mindset at which he handled it, like, it was always still, he attacked it with a smile, he attacked it with a great attitude every single day. Everything they went through, I can't say Dylan had a bad day because he never showed it. And that's just proof to everyone. Like, no matter what we're going through, a lot of people out here battling cancer, battling things in life, man, attacking it with the right mindset, a positive attitude really goes a long way. And Dylan represents that, and we're all very thankful and happy to have him back today.
What did you make of Blake's snaps when he came in for Laramie? I know he came in the middle of a drive, so you probably didn't have the moments to necessarily warm up. But what'd you make? I think it was about 20 snaps or so. What'd you make of Blake's snaps at left tackle?
Yeah, Blake's snap was a little up and down, a little rusty, where he missed a couple assignments on some plays, and some plays he had some really good snaps. So first time getting in there, live action, regular season, it's just opportunity for him to see himself on tape, and really that opportunity for him to grow, right? And being thrown in is very difficult to do, be thrown in at when he was thrown in. But he was ready to go, clean up some assignments, and just keep working hard. Blake will be just fine.
Are Joe and Laramie trending in the right direction?
Yeah, it's day to day. We'll see tomorrow, see how it goes. We didn't have those guys out at practice today, so we'll see, how tomorrow, see how the rest of the week goes with Laramie and Joe.
Good to have Tank and Jimmy back. How did you feel like those guys did today?
Yeah, very excited to have Tank back. Definitely missed him last week. Tank's big-time player for us, so anytime we can, we missed him. And so to get him back is huge for our offense and what we're able to do. So excited to see Tank back out there today. And also Jimmy, just him being out there and his versatility to help our defense is going to be big for us.
We'll close this out.
Coach, I know you're not the one to make excuses, and so I hope this question doesn't come off like that. But when you look at the offensive line and some of the issues that they have, how much of it is due to continuity? I mean, this is Juice playing regularly now at center. You're getting Kenyon back, and Juice also playing next to Shaq. Titus was out, a couple of games last year. So this line is basically playing together for the first time in that first month. How much can you contribute to just the continuity of it?
Like you said earlier, Sarge, with the question, not making excuses for our offensive line. It's been, up and down. It hasn't been, all good, and that's part of the season, right? It's part of that first month of the season. You're finding your way, and you're not playing your best ball when you first start, but it's a matter of getting better throughout the season. And that game last week versus the Jags, I saw our O-line take a tremendous step toward getting better. Great job with the protections, giving CJ time to make those plays down the field to DeMeco. So I see progression. I see our offensive line getting better, and they'll continue to get better as the season goes on. So I'm proud of the work that they're putting in, right, to dial in on the preparation, to dial in on getting better each and every week. And so we'll see that continue to trend in the right direction. All right, appreciate it.
bit he's been here on and off the field. What's it been like playing with him, getting to know him?
It's been great. I think he got a bad rap, just by the media and like by people. But man, he's not been nothing but just amazing to this team and to his teammates. He's helped me out a ton, and as you can see, we're clicking more and more every game. So, I'm very happy for him, and I'm glad that he's finally having fun playing the game and doing what he loves to do because he loves football a lot. So, just really, really happy to be a part of his journey, and like just being around him has been real awesome.
CJ Steph has faced every kind of coverage in his career with his various teams. How much of a benefit has that been to the other receivers and also you during the week of preparation?
It's been great. We kind of talked about that, throughout the offseason, just like how they would all, help each other out by, if you want to double Tank one night, then the other dudes will go off, or you want to double so on and so forth, and, just basically them eating off each other. And really just, I think a lot of the attention has gone towards either Nico or Steph, and, it's been good to see both of them kind of do well as the year has gone on. So I think they all have helped each other a lot.
From a competitor standpoint, stepping on the field for with Josh Allen for the first time, does that excite you? I know it's obviously a team game, but does that excite you from like a competitive standpoint, facing Josh the first time?
Not really. I mean, I'm a big fan of his. Really respect him. Met him this offseason, told him that just a lot of respect for what he does. A heck of a football player, but of course, yeah, my competitive nature is I want to win my one-on-one. But it's not like no added juice or nothing. It's just another week trying to go 1-0 versus myself. I think whenever I get in my own ways, when I play bad, when I don't play as great as I can, but when I'm focusing on what I got going on, then that's when I do well. So I'm just gonna focus on me, focus on the Texans and my team, and doing well for myself.
Was that?
Go ahead, John.
Was that Super Bowl radio role the first time you had met Josh?
I believe so, yes.
Second question. You can certainly correct me if I'm wrong, but the pass to Dare that went for 31 yards per game, was that intended to go deep and then you hit the check down? And if it was, do you feel like that showed a lot of growth in your game? You correct me if I'm wrong, though.
No, I think you're right. It was that. I mean, we were trying to, get behind the sticks and make a play, but they did a good job of taking all that away. And, the younger CJ would probably still try to chuck it down the field and fit in the window. But, I just took the check down, trusted in Dare, and, he made a heck of a play. So I'm trying to grow on my game as well, just like anybody else, just week by week, taking what the defense gives me, even if that's bettering the field for, punt, and then just being mature that way, like flipping field position. Because the younger and, like, more, like, non-controlled aggression quarterback would probably take it down the field and throw an interception, and then you flip the field even worse, So then you give one of your playmakers an op, too, to make a play, and then he did that. So, and it even happened on, like, a 3rd and 8. He felt a little bit of pressure, gave it to Dare over the middle, and he got the first down, So, like, there's a lot of things that, I feel like I'm definitely getting better and just being more mature, but, I'm trusting in my guys as well while I'm doing that.
CJ, when you went back and you looked at the film from Sunday, what are some of the things that you all can take into this Buffalo Bills game?
Really just getting in our own way, just playing complimentary football, helping ourselves out, I think kind of just, what are you doing to contribute to the team win is kind of like what I'm getting from the last week's film is like, are you on your A game every play to do what it needs to take to get a dub? So I definitely think that popped out on film, and really I think that's something that we could definitely get better at, is just playing complimentary football and just helping each other out, helping ourselves out.
What's it like when you're in a situation where you want to get the ball back, you're down 3, you had the 2 pass breakups to get the ball back, but you're also trying to prepare for the next drive? What is that whole vibe like on the sidelines when it's you want it to be in your control, but a couple things have to happen before you get the ball in your hands?
Control the controllables. It's not in my control, so I can't stress over it. Just I always say, prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and really just play what you see. So I'm not, at least I used to be a control freak, and that's when I was really roller coastery, like with my emotions. But now I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. Play the next play. If I get my op, try to make the op. If I don't, got to get better from it. But, I definitely don't try to control things I can't control. It's easier said than done, but.
yesterday at a community event. And he's very excited about the start. He says, and also he knows the team can play even better. What do you think about that perspective that there's more to be done with this team?
I think, yeah, you can tell that we can definitely be better, but to sit 3-1 from the first quarter of the season is definitely a win in my book. But, definitely got to clean up a lot of things to get better. But I think it's very adamant, very noticeable we can get better.
What was CJ? What was different in that last drive when we were able to get the ball back in the huddle? Was it the urgency? Was it just the moment, as opposed to earlier in the second half where this offense was just struggling a little bit?
Some plays work, some plays don't. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you. It's just sometimes you go out there and it works. Sometimes you go out there and they make plays too. So I don't think anything changed. We just started making plays.
What's it going to take to get Tank rolling, kind of like what he was last year? It seems like he hasn't quite been last year's version of Tank just yet. What's it going to take to get him going?
I would say just him being himself, our team owning our identity, and really just playing what we see. So, I think last year is last year. Even though I think he did really great last year. I know he wants to move on from that and do well this year, and he's very motivated. We're motivated to get him rolling too. So, it's part of my job to get him the ball and to make sure that he gets his fair amount of targets, just like everybody else. So, but no, that's definitely a key component to this game is getting Tank Dell going because I think he's one of the best receivers in the league.
Two more guys. You mentioned throughout the offseason, you guys had target on your back. How a lot of you guys were leaning into expectations internally. You guys had high hopes for you guys. Obviously, the Bills are a team that have been kind of in that ilk of trying to compete for championship. That's what you guys are trying to do. This is kind of like that first test of going against a team that's in that vein that you guys obviously want to be in and can be in. So, what's kind of been the approach going into this week? Are you guys made it bigger than it's supposed to be? Are you guys not? What's kind of been the approach this week going into this matchup?
You know the answer to that. I think every team in the NFL is good, so I don't really look at the Bills like, oh, they're this. No, don't get me wrong. They are a great football team. Like, they have done what they've done for a very good reason. Like, Josh, I can go on and on about the Bills. Trust me, they are amazing. But once again, we're football players too. We're dogs just like they are, So it's going to be a great matchup. I definitely got a lot of respect for them. Great defense. McDermott has a great philosophy on how he calls plays, and they're playing really well together. And then their offense, of course, they're going to score points. Josh Allen is definitely a top premier quarterback in this league, and I'm a big fan of his. Watch his game a lot, so just a ton of respect for them. But I don't look at it as like up or down. You know exactly what I would say. So yeah.
We'll close with Aaron. Sorry.
Not trying to sound arrogant, just being real.
CJ, Steph got the touchdown, but had a little option if he wanted to throw it. Did the guys give you tips on running a route, or you don't need their tips from the receivers?
No, I don't honestly, that wasn't even part of the play. I just was I seen him kind of get stuck up, and I was like, I'm going to take off, see if it throws to me. And I kind of knew I wasn't going to get it, so I just told the DB, gotcha. Like, I grabbed two and freed him up a little bit, so, yeah.
CJ, it's 4 games into this season, and how much continuity are you building with your offensive line? Because last season, a large part, you didn't have Kenyon, you didn't have Juice, and now they're back. Titus was out for a little bit. How much continuity are you building, finally getting your complete offensive line back?
It's been huge, just to be able to not only just be out there on the field, but just also spend time with them away from the field. But I definitely think they're starting to buy into what our scheme is about, and you can see that week in, week out, us just getting better up there. And I definitely do think we're just on the way up. I know sometimes it may not look like that because you're getting 1 or 2 yard runs, but we're really close. So I'm just super proud of those guys for not, because they've been criticized, and even we our coaches even coach them probably the hardest out of they coach everybody. And they've done nothing but just, look themselves in the eye and look themselves in the mirror and, just come up to work every day and work. And they're the reason why we win games. And that's point blank period. So,
what about the Bills defense? What about the Bills defense makes their defense so good from what you've seen on film?
Just their ability to bend, not break. You know, like they don't really give up big plays. They have some guys who play their system very well. I know they're dealing with some injuries, but you know, Ed Oliver jumps out on film. Vaughn jumps out on film. 50 jumps out on film. Like their backers play really good in the pass game. I think his name 31 Russell. Great DB, takes the ball away a lot. Got a lot of respect for him. And then DeMar's playing really good ball as well. So got some key components on that side, and definitely got some playmakers. So you know, you got to be able to take care of the ball and you know be able to just move the ball and score points. All right, thanks y'all.